Hey, my name is Matt Johnson, and I've been selling stock footage online since 2015, and last year I made approximately $10,000 in passive income. I've also been making yearly videos sharing how much I've made each year, as well as giving tips for how you can start selling stock footage. Plus, I've also made a stock footage jumpstart guide that you can download for free if you are interested in getting started and selling stock footage as well. Recently, though, I've been receiving a question from multiple filmmakers, which is a sign that I should probably make a video answering it. And the question that many filmmakers are wondering is, how many video clips do you need to film and upload to stock footage websites before you start making money? AKA, if you uploaded 100 clips to sell, how much money could you expect to make from them? What about if you uploaded 500 clips or 1,000 clips, etc.? And so answering this question is really what this video is about, because I really want to help you get an idea of how much work you're going to need to do when it comes to filming stock footage before you can start seeing passive income roll into your bank account, which is a great feeling. Before we start talking hard numbers, though, I do have some caveats for you, because while yes, selling stock footage is a numbers game in that if you upload more clips, you're more likely to get more sales and more downloads, at the same time, filmmaking is inherently a creative endeavor. And if you're filming clips that are boring, uninspired, derivative, or that look like a lot of footage that is already available for sale on a stock footage website, the odds are that you're not going to make much money at all, because nobody is going to want to purchase or download them. So please keep that caveat in mind whenever we are talking numbers. Whenever it comes to stock footage that I'm trying to film, I'm always looking for unique cinematic moments that I can film that do not necessarily look the same as the footage that's already on most stock footage licensing websites. I'm also very careful in how I color grade my footage, as I want to give it a unique look that isn't over the top. Side note, by the way, whenever I do color my stock footage, I use my color presets, who is Matt Lutz, that give my footage vibrant and true-to-life colors that people appreciate while downloading stock footage, while also looking incredibly beautiful. So hey, if you want some help selling your stock footage, maybe you should try color grading using my presets, which I will link to down in the video description. Anyways, the second and final caveat that I have for you whenever it comes to how much money you're going to be able to make selling stock footage is that the amount of stock footage that you will sell is not only dependent on how many video clips you have available for sale on a website, aka if you have 1,000 clips for sale, you'll probably make more than if you had only 100 clips. But in addition, the biggest factor that I've found in how much money you can make selling stock footage is how the stock footage licensing site is structured. What I mean by that is that in the past, for multiple decades of stock footage selling, there was really only one business model where a filmmaker would upload video clips to sites like Shutterstock or Pond5, and then people that wanted to license video clips would go to one of those websites, create an account, purchase credits or some other virtual currency that they would use to download the video clips, and with every video clip they downloaded, that would cost a certain number of credits. This understandably made people purchasing and downloading stock footage clips very selective about the amount of clips that they were purchasing. And for filmmakers uploading stock footage, this meant that their work had to be really unique and stand out, or maybe they signed up really early on where they were able to really establish themselves on the platform before there was much competition. Something like that was required. There was an extra factor for you to be able to get a lot of sales. Regardless, though, in the last several years, a lot of this structure for how stock footage sites are run has been changing, with many stock footage and licensing sites still having filmmakers upload footage as normal. But whenever a user signs up to download stock footage clips, instead of purchasing credits, they have the option or even requirement of signing up for a subscription plan, where they pay a certain amount per month and either get a lot of downloads or even potentially unlimited downloads. These unlimited download sites are what I've found to be very polarizing, but also potentially very lucrative for filmmakers, because I remember whenever sites like ArtGrid were announced and they said, hey, we are offering unlimited downloads, or whenever Lightstock moved to an unlimited download system, many stock footage filmmakers were complaining and very upset about it because they worried that it was devaluing their work and they were not going to make nearly as much money. But strangely enough, at least in my case, I have found these new subscription models to be the opposite and actually be a very good thing as a stock footage creator, because now instead of a person signing up for a stock footage website and then being very selective in downloading only a few clips that they paid for, they will now go in and download a lot of my video clips, dozens, hundreds. It doesn't matter. And when it comes time for me to be paid, I'm paid more from the licensing site because more people downloaded more of my clips. The client has less pressure to pick the perfect clip, so they download more. And while I may not be making as much money as if they had directly clicked and purchased every single clip they downloaded, the odds are that they would not have downloaded that many clips in the first place. So I don't see myself necessarily losing money because someone can download an unlimited amount of clips if they wanted to. I'm still getting paid at the end whenever they download them. Of course, if you disagree with me about this or have another perspective, I would love to hear it in the comments. Anyways, caveats out of the way. In the rest of this video, we're going to be talking about both traditional stock footage licensing sites where people are paying per clip, as well as unlimited download subscription sites as well, with my goal being for you to have some clarity about how much money you can make from them. Let's start by talking about a traditional stock footage licensing site that I use where people pay per clip for download, which also happens to be a site where I made the most income from with this traditional pay-per-use download model. So to be clear, I have made more money with unlimited download stock footage sites, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but let's start with the traditional option. This traditional stock footage licensing site is Adobe Stock, and in 2024, I had 746 video clips uploaded and 49 clips that were licensed and downloaded, which made me a total of $539.36. Do some quick math, and you can see that I averaged out to $11.01 per clip that I was paid, which, to be clear, isn't entirely accurate because some of them I was paid more for, some I was paid less for, but we need to look more at the data. See, while I did have 746 clips uploaded to Adobe Stock and 49 sales, only 31 clips were actually purchased and licensed, with a good chunk of my sales coming from just 3 video clips. Isn't that crazy? And this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. While you may upload a ton of clips and would hope that you could get a very clear line between the amount of clips that you've uploaded and the amount of money that you will make, arguably more important than the amount of clips that you upload is the quality of clips. Because if you're not uploading footage that people want to license, then you're not going to make any money. And that leads us into talking about different websites that use a different business model. These unlimited subscription download sites where users can pay a set amount and download as much footage as they want. Because while I had 746 clips uploaded to Adobe Stock, making $539, let's now look at ArtGrid, which is where I've made the bulk of my income as a stock footage filmmaker. And going back to what I said earlier, where if people have a subscription to download an unlimited amount of clips, they will be far less selective about these clips and download as many as they could possibly want, which could make you more money. Here are my numbers for ArtGrid. In 2024, I had 1,440 clips uploaded to ArtGrid in total. And of those 1,440 clips, 940 of them were downloaded at least once. And of those 940 clips in total, I had 19,160 downloads, which is a crazy high number, right? Yes, I have way more clips uploaded to ArtGrid than Adobe Stock, but those clips also have a dramatically higher amount of downloads as well. And then from all of those downloads on ArtGrid, I also made significantly more money to the tune of $9,956.99 in 2024. Do some quick math again, and you can see that I was getting paid approximately $10.59 per clip that was downloaded, or if we throw in the extra 500 clips that I had uploaded that were not downloaded, you were looking at $6.91 per clip. Of course, the numbers are not everything, but remember, just like with Adobe Stock, where a small amount of clips that I had uploaded were responsible for the bulk of my income, the same is true for ArtGrid as well, but to a lesser degree. If you look at the number of downloads that I had in the past year, some video clips were downloaded literally hundreds of times from ArtGrid, while others only had 1 or 2 downloads, or none at all. And yet again, this goes back to that argument of quality over quantity, where you are inevitably going to have certain clips that do better than others. So I would try to film as high quality of clips as possible, but of course keep in mind that there's really no predicting which one of your clips are going to do better than the other. So yes, it is a numbers game of you uploading as many clips as you can to these services, but the higher quality of clips that you can upload at the same time, the better your chances of getting more downloads and making more sales. I really hope this breakdown of numbers has been helpful to you as you're working on your stock footage journey. If you've not downloaded my stock footage jumpstart guide yet, even if you're already uploading stock footage, I've built it to be incredibly helpful to you regardless of whether you're brand new or you've been uploading stock footage for a while. So I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's completely free and linked in the video description. My color presets are also linked there, etc. And like I said, I use those to color all of my stock footage. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos about stock footage filmmaking and filmmaking and editing in general in the future, and have a great day.